Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, let's get started with the reading right away. It's gonna be a classic read, so we'll be checking the energies of the divine feminine, divine masculine. We'll get an answer to one additional question about the journey this far, and we'll see how the twins feel towards each other right now. At the beginning, I will pull a card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck for each of the twins, and the cards are flying today. We are on fire, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we have the card Finding Sanctuary for the feminines. Open into your spiritual source. Yeah, and I think we saw that in the previous couple of readings. Like, that's the general thread that's going through the plot lines, I would say, even this week for the feminine. So this is an extra hint, if you have that kind of sanctuary that puts you into a more direct connection with the source, with your higher power, whatever that is for you, right? Depends on your belief system. Do that, go there, right? Is it prayer? Is it meditation? Is it an actual physical geographical place, right? If you can get there, that's the way to do it, because there are some important messages that are waiting for you. Remember Harry Potter? And they had, obviously they were carrying around mail with the birds, and everyone was supposed to have one. And then remember that they have like a tower, a separate tower at Hogwarts where birds will be bringing in mail. And don't ask me why sometimes it happens that way. In other movies, it was like the birds were bringing them directly to people. But anyways, there was a tower, so it reminds me about that immediately, where they would go to receive messages. And the birds were like, it was like a gathering place, right? The birds who were bringing the messages. So there are some messages waiting for you. And it's important that you put yourself into the state where you can hear them, where you can listen and you can hear them. For masculines, on the other hand, we have the Grace and Gratitude card. Through gratitude, joy expands. So today, I would say, especially if you're feeling low, if you don't feel like you've been treated fairly, or you're in a good place, or you've done so much hard work and you have nothing to show for, this is exactly the exercise to turn things around, right? Because as within, so without. And the more whatever energy you're in, whatever vibration you're in, the more of that you're gonna bring to your life. So I'm not just saying if you are not even close to where you want to be, that you just say, yeah, I'm happy, it's enough, yeah, so I'm good with what I have. No. Still dreaming, still going for a dream, taking action towards your dream is very important, and articulating to the universe what is it that you want and why. But it's also very important to be grateful for what you have and for how far you've gone, for people around, for those things, even if they are little things, especially when they come in as miracles. To me, that's like extra bow to remind about that, right? Like, I wanted this specific, I don't know, food, or I wanted to make to a specific train on a subway, and maybe I even knew when I got that thought, when it crossed my mind, that there's a slim chance of that happening, and then it happens like that. And you're like, whoa. Or like you knew it was not gonna happen. Like logically, it was not gonna happen, and then it happens. Or you're like, okay, I need to find something in my house, and I know it's gonna take a while because I definitely don't know exactly where that something is, right? And then you go to the first place where you look, and it's right there. Wow, what a spot to be grateful and to actually consciously be grateful, you know? Like, those are miracles in our life, right? And when we start believing in, like, and noticing those miracles at that level, it's definitely gonna give you more space and more opportunities for much larger miracles to come into your life. Okay, let's move on with tarot. I've got the steampunk tarot with me today. I'm also doing a little bit of change up of my backgrounds here and there with the candles. I mean, obviously it's almost the holiday season. I always put up my tree on the Thanksgiving weekend, which is very close, just a week away from now. It's crazy. So I'll probably get some more as I'm getting out my decorations. I'll definitely do something here around Christmas and winter theme. But yeah, I decided, and I can be changing something even without that. You don't need a special reason, right? Bottom of the deck here, 5 of Cups. Yeah, so that's that seeing the glass half empty. I was just talking about it, and so yeah, you can rewind the last minute and a half, and that's the message for that card. That illustrates the meaning of that card. Sorry guys, need to pick up something. Come on. Oof. Okay, I've got this card for the clarifiers. It's right away, but it's the gold foil tarot. And as you already seen, this is the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so you work hard. You must acknowledge the wins, right? And focus on those. I'm not saying if things aren't going well that you just ignore it and pretend everything is fine. It's not that either. And that's that fine line of a balance that people are struggling to find. And a lot of us have all of us have so much information available these days, right? On setting the right mindset, on building great habits. And then a lot of times they don't work because energetically people still aren't getting it, right? It's an art, really. It takes time and dedication to get through to it. Sorry for long intro, but I guess that was necessary. And we are at the weekend, right? So we have a little more time. Why not? Anyways, the energy of the feminines, the lovers clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. You see, so the feminine beliefs today, they see the love around them, right? Like, obviously this is a couple in love, so you may be thinking about your twin flame or maybe a soulmate that you're with right now when I'm showing you this. But essentially it's any kind of good, healthy, trusting relationship. It may even be with your neighbor, and maybe you're like, well, not really that close. But if you're showing kindness, love, and compassion to each other, then you're making sure that the other person knows that you appreciate them. That's already that lover's energy happening, right? And whatever way you exercise that to whoever it is, or maybe even to yourself, like I was just saying, the universe is going to bring you more of that energy, right? Not to mention there's a law of reciprocity when it comes back, right? And the love usually comes back tenfold, whatever you give out. So this is something to notice, to be grateful for, and also to ask the divine, to ask your higher power, how do you bring more of that? Or to see how the higher power is bringing more possibilities of love to your space. That's very interesting. Like, where are those possibilities, right? Especially if you feel like you're in need of more love, right? Like, how does it come in? If you still can notice, if it doesn't come to your mind, then think about it like a brainstorming exercise. Like, how would I be able to tell? What kind of loving, nurturing, caring energy do I need right now? In what area of my life? In what way? Right? And that will come in then. For masculines, we have, speaking of needed nurturing, 5 of Pentacles clarified by Queen of Cups. So the masculines are really missing that feminine energy that can be, it's like a motherly energy in this case, really. And I'm getting a lot of times 5 of Pentacles is about lack mentality or scarcity in terms of money, but I'm really strongly sensing this is in terms of just feeling lonely, feeling like I could really use some support now, right? Consciously or subconsciously, being in that space of like feeling unprotected, well, yeah, I mean, kind of like having that dream when you're naked, you know, when you're too exposed and you're you're scared really for where you're gonna end up in this current energy, right? And seeking, looking, thinking about the feminine energies that have been supportive through the years and needed more of that. And even if they have somebody in their life, they understand that they need more than that. So this is bringing them around to how they see the feminine energy, especially because there's been so much of the negative karmic energy in their life, all through their life. Now they're seeing the big value in it, right? Which makes them, even if they're thinking about specifically, like, I don't know, their mother, their sister, their aunt, maybe one of the girlfriends, doesn't matter. It's changing their perception of the feminine energy and their importance in general, including the fact that the feminine energy is more sensitive, sensual, empathetic, you know, like a lot of times masculines see that as a downfall, like a, you know, something of a negative, right? Because women are too, and I'm saying women, but take gender how it resonates, women are too sensitive, too emotional, right? They're driving us crazy, the masculines could say, right? But now they're seeing how much power is in it, how much goodness, how much of a healing potential. Additional question. Page of Wands clarified by King of Cups. Oof. So the twins are seeing the importance of educating themselves about feelings and emotions, really. Understanding them, noticing them, being able to analyze, to understand, and to take action, right? There's this combination of the wand energy taking action and the cup energy of feelings and emotions. Like, how can they prompt our action? The feelings of emotions, our own, as well as people around us who we are in communication with. For feminines, we have 10 of Cups clarified by the Lovers. Oh my gosh, the second Lovers card. The feminine energy is on fire, attracting that energy of love and kindness. And this is amazing, seriously. Oh my God. So yes, I mean, this kind of speaks for itself, you know, like, how can our feelings, emotions prompt our actions? Like, this is like the guidance of life, right? Going, or like choosing the direction of love, choosing the direction of joy and happiness. That's what 10 of Cups are, really. Choosing the direction of being with your tribe, feeling what that power is like, right? Emotionally, right? It's that still, at the end of the day, it's the emotion that's behind it, that's getting us into that cloud nine, right? And of course, it's like in the current society, we're still often struggling to make this feeling a priority, to make the choice, the loving choice, a priority, because we're chasing something in the physical, because we have our ego, our ambition, something to prove to someone, etc., etc. But this is essentially what is supposed to be our guidance and how we choose the priority of action, of where we put our energy to in life, even with things that seem very down to earth and pragmatic. For masculines, the Devil clarified by the Fool. Ooh, look at that energy, right? The Devil here in this deck always gives me a more of a technological vibe, which it should, I guess, in a steampunk tarot. But yeah, so the feelings and emotions for the masculines are a lot of times, like, this is also ego, really, right? A lot of times they are deceitful, they are like the feelings and emotions that they have, right? They may guide them because they get mixed up with the ego. They could get them into their own place, right? So the ask here, and these are both major arcana, so this is huge, or the special understanding here is that the divine is creating those situations. And although they seem limiting and they seem like, well, that's what I have to do now, it's an illusion. And essentially it's supposed to bring the masculines into more freedom, right? Again, it's that feeling and emotions, how I'm feeling it, right? To break through from this energy and to get into this one where anything is possible. Or trusting that whatever happens to me happens for me, right? Like, is something for me to work with, right? To learn from. Beautiful. How are the feminines feeling towards masculines? The Fool clarified by the Six of Wands. Yeah, they're seeing the masculines taking a new approach into being victorious and successful, right? They're seeing that they are trying new things, that they're thinking about something else, right? And in this deck, the Fool is talking to their dog, to their pet most likely, right? So they're turning to sources of information and sources of truth that they haven't considered before, haven't really taken seriously before, right? But they're starting to see the connection of like the pure, innocent energy and loving energy in relation to, again, taking action and presenting yourself in public, right? A lot of times for masculines, their feelings and emotions stay unsaid. But now it's like a driving force. And then, you know, if the awkward moment, if somebody asks why you are where you are, why did you choose this? It would be awkward to say, well, because it felt good, or it was scary and I went for it, like something like that, you know, when you're explaining it with your emotions. It's awkward, but masculines don't care anymore. And that's the beauty of it. That's what the feminine recognizes and what makes them actually happy today. How are masculines feeling? Queen of Cups clarified by the Judgment. Yeah, so there's a new level of realization how much the feminine has played a role in their life. And look at that. We started actually with a Queen of Cups in this deck. Yeah, that was the general energy of how they're appreciating the feminine energy all around, right? And now it's more, and if any of you, when you listen to that, were doubting that it had to do with the feminine, divine feminine, this is a confirmation, because this was a placement that said, how do they feel about the feminines now, right? They can see that how much they've impacted their well-being, their energy, how much comfort and nurture and kindness and love they've shown through the time, right? How instrumental it was, right? There is a new wake-up call, and how important it has been so far, and how important it is in general, and why it's going to be so important in the future, that this person is nearby, that they are in their life. That, yes, it sounds a little transactional, that the masculines are thinking about having access to this energy, being able to, you know, to have the benefits of it. But it's also very pure, and it's a change of mindset for them overall, that hence the Judgment card, of the importance of it, that it's not just, you know, without objectification, objectivization, that we still have so much in our society, without thinking that the having a feminine in their life was like extra headache, responsibility, dealing with emotions, blah, 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 right? Like something like, yeah, I mean, it's good, but is it really worth it, right? Like now it's like this big moment of like, it's not only worth it, but it's critical. Boom. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.